Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. Hello, hi, my name is Mia and welcome to Child of Luna's Tarot channel. I hope the audio is a little bit better compared to the previous readings or previous videos. It's just, it has been a struggle to get it right or to make it work even. It's a little bit inconvenient to be holding a separate microphone, but we're gonna do what we gotta do, right? So today we're gonna be talking about their sexual desires about you or their sexual dreams about you. This is a little bit different from our previous readings, just to spice things up, quote unquote, spice things up, you know, if you know what I mean. Anyway, I think this is gonna be very fun. It's just to kind of like, separate ourselves from that previous energy where it's a little bit heavy. I just want it to be fun this time. So yeah, we're gonna be looking at that. So first off, we have our first group is the Hierophant, group number 1. Group number 2 is the 9 of Wands. And group number 3 is Temperance. These are the 3 groups for today. We're gonna be having an extended, so if you would like to see the extended, the links are in the description. They're separate videos if you would like to support me directly. And yeah, let's get to our reading, shall we? Alright, group number 1, welcome to your pile. So if you choose the Hierophant, that could mean that your person likes clear rules of the game, and they're very likely to tell you what they expect. Very traditional, very clear on what they want, and they kind of like, they may want to make sure that you want it, otherwise they may not come forward with the initiative. So they're very respectful of you, very respectful of your space and your free will. And I also feel like with the Hierophant, they may not expect, or you may not expect, spontaneity from this person. They're not the type of like being a spontaneous lover anyway. And I feel like they also like to watch other people having sex, or they are very into porn or something like that. And they may also be a little bit lazy in the bedroom, so they prefer like more oral sex. So yeah, if you were expecting something a little bit more spicy, I feel like this person is not going to be it. But they may also, the sex that you could be having with this person would be very tantric. I feel like there would be a lot of confessions whenever you come forward with, you know, with sex. They may confess their love for you or their feelings for you. If you want spontaneity, this is not the person. All right, so that's what I'm seeing. They have a huge, like, immense amount of physical attraction for you. They literally burn with lust, with passion. Like, they literally want you here and now. Like, it's just, I want you here and now. I'm just burning with passion. I want to do all these things for you. Although they're kind of like very lazy in the bedroom, or it's kind of like they want to dominate you, basically. I feel like they want fast and wild. Does not matter in what position. They just want it here and now. Like, they're burning. just in here and now. Like, it doesn't really matter. It could be like on top of the counter, it could be on the floor, it could be it doesn't matter for them. They're just fucking crazy for you. All right. A lot of noise. Like, it's just you know, it's fast and wild, basically, and it's kind of like a plane flying. It's a lot of noise, but before you see it, it's fucking gone, you know, it's done. And also, they have this desire to do it in public. So if you have a kink, you know, they're gonna do it. Although they're very traditional, you know, they may seem like they're very traditional, or they could be, but with you, it's just kind of like, you make me fucking crazy, girl, boy, person, you know what I mean? Like, it's just I feel like they're very determined and focused. Like, if they want to make you, you know what I mean, they're gonna do it. They do not accept a no. They just, if they start doing it, they finish the job. You know what I mean? They accept very quickly. And they have a lot of fantasies, you know what I mean? Like, with you, it seems like the Hierophant, where they like to dominate in things like that, and they can be a little bit traditional. They may be very lazy. With you, it's kind of like you excite them in all levels, you know what I mean? So it's just kind of like they love it, and the challenges that come with it, you know what I mean? And it's just, with you, they go fucking wild. So all right, so that's what I see with that one. All right, so let's talk about the next one. We have the King of Pentacles reversed. I feel like they're not very experienced in the bedroom, or they could be, but it seems like their previous sexual partners weren't very, you know, experimental, so they may not have a lot of experience. And it's just kind of like, they're good lovers, but they don't have much experience. And so it may require them to learn a little bit to give pleasure to you or to their partner. And it's not like they're selfish, but when in the action, they care about themselves, you know what I mean? Like, they want to finish, but also they won't give up until you do. So, you know what I mean? Like, they want to finish, and they may get a little bit upset if they don't. So, yeah, but they will not stop until you do. That's one thing that, I'm sure of. They won't stop until you do. Your person enjoys spicy sex, and they do not hesitate and take what they want. Sometimes they can be a little bit aggressive, so I wouldn't be surprised if they're like choking or a little bit of a spanking, you know what I mean? Very, very spicy sex, where you guys, they want to make sure that you are horny and passionate. I am sorry for saying all these things, but like, it's all I'm saying. Like, the Five of Wands, the Knight of Wands, it's all about that passion, the quick, and just like, quick and fast, basically. So I wouldn't be surprised if they like a little bit of ruffiness or violence in that. And it's just overall wild and passionate, with a lot of moans and screams. Like, they want to hear you and they want to watch you. Like, it's just, you know what I mean? All of those things. They want it wild, fast, and all over the place. On the shadow side, I'm not gonna lie, because the Five of Cups is a card of dissatisfaction or disappointing and not being what they expect. You know what I mean? So I feel like they're a little bit on the fence because they don't know what it would be with you, but at the same time, they want all the spiciness, and they want it rough, they want it quick and fast, they want it all over the place. But I feel like this is a reflection of their previous relationship, where it's just a lot of disappointment and unpleasant memories related to past intimate experiences. So it seems like they definitely had some unsuccessful sex, or often had partners who disappointed them all the time, and they did not care about them, or they couldn't fulfill their expectations. It's just kind of like, I feel like they have a little bit of, I wouldn't say trauma, but a little bit of issues when it comes to that. And I feel like for some reason that reflects on the Hierophant, where they're lazy in the bedroom and they like the rules and something like that. But I feel like with you, that's why they feel so different, is because you excite them, you make them want it, you know what I mean? It's not just doing it because of the sake of doing it, but it's because you excite them. And although they may not have a lot of experience based on their previous previous partners, where there was just a lot of unpleasant memories and basically experiences, with you it just fires them up. So it's just a lot of passion. If you guys have been living together, if you are in a relationship, the Eight of Pentacles is it's not about the lack of sex, but something is blocking you guys. There are some obstacles. If there is sex, it is physically and emotionally draining for both of you. So it seems like there's something blocking you guys, and I feel like it's related to their own experiences or your experiences, related to your past experiences with your past partners. If you don't live together, and if you're not in a relationship and you're just curious, this person has high sexual needs. Okay? High sexual needs. They have high fucking drive, okay? And it's usually in the quantity and not quality. So they want to do it all, I wouldn't say all the time, but sometimes it is all the time, okay? They're just kind of like, they want to do it all the time. But I feel like this lack of is because of emotional or physical disappointment related to past experiences. So if these experiences were with you and these disappointments, then it seems like your person is trying really hard, but it's just kind of like something that an issue that you need to resolve. If these experiences were from other people, then you guys need to work together to fix that as well, or to just kind of like talk it out and find solutions that work for both of you. Because this person is highly passionate and they want to do it all the time with you. It's just kind of like you trigger something in them that makes them feel alive, but there's something blocking that, you know what I mean? So it's just kind of like out there, you know, it's just very, very passionate. But at the same time, since I look into the shadow as well, there's physical and emotional disappointment related to this. So there seems to be a sexual wound in here. So, but overall, this person really, really, really desires you and has high sexual needs for you. It's kind of like they want to do with you all the time, everywhere, anywhere, and they cannot hold themselves. Like, they are just fired up when they look at you, you know what I mean? So we're gonna be looking at 3 more cards, okay? And we're gonna be talking about them and talking about your person. I'm not gonna look into how they feel about you, because, you know, these are just purely sexual desires, not really about how they feel when it comes to love. So I'm gonna be shuffling 3 more cards, and then we're gonna be doing our extended version. All right. Their sexual desires, it's kind of like All right, we have some opposed cards in here, and I feel like we're now looking into the shadows, which is not fun, but your person would like to have with you, would like to do it with you all the wild and like unapologetical sex with you everywhere, anywhere, but they're afraid, you know what I mean? And it seems like they wouldn't. It seems like they're very calm and composed, which I feel like you shouldn't count on sex on the first date. They're just not that type of person. And it seems like, just like the Hierophant, they wouldn't do it unless you ask for it or unless you take the initiative. You have to take the initiative. But because of their wounds, you have to do it gently and carefully, slowly and without pressure. And it seems like they are also waiting for the right person. Although with you, it's just kind of like you fire them up, you know what I mean? And they like to be cuddled afterwards, you know what I mean? They're very gentle, although a little bit rough, you know what I mean? They have two sides of them. They like it rough, wild, and passionate. They like to watch rules and a little bit of a spanking or, just kind of like choking, you know what I mean? But they also like to be cuddled afterwards. They also like it delicate with lots of stroking, and it just seems like touching, hugging, maybe here or maybe there, maybe this position or maybe another one. You know what I mean? It's just very, very gentle. And then, afterwards you get a little rough because the passion is there. You know what I mean? So, yeah, we're getting into a little bit of shadow side, like I said. They've been having sexual abstinence, so that's why you cannot count on sex on a first date, because they're abstinence basically. They have a lot of things on their mind, and it seems like that is a little bit off the table. They have a secret passion about you. There's something about you that is just, again, it fires them up. They just want to, it's kind of like they're acting out of their own persona. Does that make sense? It's kind of like, I'm not acting like I'm used to, and it makes me feel confused, or just kind of like, I like this feeling, but I don't like it at the same time. So, yeah, it's a little bit of, it gives us the full picture, not gonna lie, okay? But anyway, what they really, really want with you is joyful, cheerful sex with lots of laughter and jokes. I feel like they could be a jokester, or just a person that can give you a very, very good time. I feel like they also could start to fire you up with like different types of games. Could be strip poker, or I don't know, I cannot recall the other names, but there's a lot of games that combine with alcohol, a little bit of alcohol, not too much, because they want to make sure that you feel everything and you remember everything, so on and so forth. But those types of games where you just strip down and you just get interested, fired up, and you just kind of like go with the flow, and and they also could be into threesomes, because of the three of cups. There's three people up there. It's kind of like, yeah, I feel like their sexual desires with you is to have a threesome with you. It could be with another female or another male, or with another person. Basically, it doesn't matter of their sex. And it seems like they just like to have fun. They're very, very charming. They really want a threesome with you. If they have a partner, it could be with them. Or if you're their partner, it could be with you and with another person of both of your liking. But overall, it's just like something that they would really, really like to do because they feel like you would get into it as well. You could be a person that likes both sex or both genders, or they could be a person that likes both genders, and it's just kind of like something really fun to experiment, you know what I mean? So that is something really, really cool to look at. Although we also looked at the shadow, we looked at the light aspects, which is very, very fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We're gonna get into the extended version, okay? Which will be linked down below. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching this far. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, to subscribe down below if you haven't already. Let me know also how the audio is. And I will see you later, guys. Bye! Hello, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. So let's talk about the card that you picked. So it seems like their sexual fantasies about you is that you are the one initiating the contact, and that would mean you initiating the invitation or initiating the action in itself. It's kind of like they feel aroused about you or aroused about you. You know what I mean? Like this is not a card that talks about sex, but sex is really hard. Like they either or you have been harassed, or there's a huge dislike for sex in it. Like it's just the nature of it. And perhaps you or them have been mistreated, or there's a sense that something really, really bad happened when you were younger or they were younger, and now there's this huge dislike of the action in itself. So one of you, either or the other, need to initiate that if you want it. Like, you need to act on it because of their past. It's kind of like they're very careful in that matter. They were hurt. Somebody broke their heart and they're now afraid to trust. They hide their feelings from fear, excuse me, and they isolate themselves. But they covet you in secret, you know? They want you in secret. But because of their bad experiences, they do not come forward, or your own experiences, you know what I mean? It could be either or. I can definitely feel it, one or the other, you know what I mean? So this could be why you chose this card, is because there's a huge heavy weight when it comes to sex in itself. So let's talk about the first card. The first card is the Six of Pentacles, and their sexual fantasies about you is that basically they want to give you a lot of pleasure. They do not, it's kind of like they do not care about themselves. Rather, they want to, I mean, they just want to feel something, you know what I mean? And it excites them. It makes them happy to give it to you, you know what I mean? Like, and there's also foreplay in this, but also very, very careful, innocent, like baby steps kind of thing because of your guys' past, you know what I mean? Like, it could be either or. And it's just a lot of you guys need to be careful with one another. They don't want to basically jump into something, and it could be too fast or too overwhelming for either or, and it's just, yeah. And it seems like one of you could have a child, or could have gotten a child from a previous bad experience. You guys could have, one of you has a very dark past when it comes to this, and it seems like they just want to give you pleasure because of this. They want to show you how it's supposed to be done, or how it's supposed to feel for you. You know what I mean? Like, they want to give you that experience, or you want to give them that experience. They are very careful when it comes to the consequences of sex, like such as pregnancy, diseases. So they're very careful with that initiative, and it seems like they don't want to put that pressure on you. There's a feeling of they want to protect you at all costs, while at the same time they want to provide you the best experience that they can. They would be very responsible with protection, and very careful with that, because they don't want to get pregnant, or they don't want to get you pregnant. So it would be like very predictable sex without much passion and spontaneity because of that. Could be planned and thought out as well. And, just about that experience to give you that pleasure, you know what I mean? Because of the past that one or the other had. Like, they would be very delicate. That's what I'm trying to say. Very respectful, very delicate, very focused on giving you the experience that you should be having, instead of being afraid, you know what I mean? So therefore, there would be a little bit of a lack of emotion during that, a little bit cold, could be very cold, perhaps a little bit dominant, because they would, just be careful with you, and trying to show you how it's supposed to feel, you know what I mean? But also, what they really, really want in a sexual fantasy of them is oral sex, where the other person is kneeling in front of them. So, aka you could be kneeling in front of them. Where you would be giving them oral pleasure, basically. They're also very dominant, and they do not show any emotions because they probably rarely feel anything. And for them, sex perhaps does not have to be associated with emotions. It should just give them physical pleasure. They could be very experienced, and they do know what they want, and they use that experience to give them pleasure. And also to show you, because of that compassion, you know what I mean? I feel like they are that type of person, usually, that they use that experience to give themselves pleasure, but also because of your past and how they feel about you. It seems like they would be showing you how it's done, or how it's supposed to feel, or just kind of like give you a piece of their experience so you can use that in the future, you know what I mean? They would be sharing, basically, while also giving themselves pleasure and being careful with you. That's kind of like the vibe that I'm getting in here. Now, with the Wheel of Fortune, this is a little bit contradicting, because the Wheel of Fortune is all about the unexpected and spontaneity and feeling lucky and so on and so forth. And it seems like they also want unexpected and spontaneous sex. Experience intense emotions or intense experiences with you, like frequent change of sex positions, often like also changing partners, like with fun and experimenting. It seems like with you, they would really like to spice it up a little bit because of, again, your experience and how you feel about it. And because they want to give you that experience, they want to like show you how it's done. They want it to be spontaneous, where you just go with the flow and you're not just stuck in your head or in your past where you don't experiment or you're not spontaneous or something like that. Like, he will certainly initiate it. And they like when a lot happens. They like to change patterns, and they enjoy multiple people. They want you to experience and to be willing to experiment as well. And it seems like they want to get you out of that headspace where you're afraid, basically. They could be very delicate with you. They could be respectful. They could hear your boundaries, so on and so forth, because of your past. And their goal is to get you out of that headspace into experiment, and willing to have that experience and knowing what you want. They want, like, their goal is for you to know what you want, to have experience and to just use it to your advantage, to like get the pleasure that you want out of a person, basically. I feel like this is for you, or one or the other, but I feel like for the majority is for the person that is watching. What they feel is that you're very shy and you're probably ashamed of your body. What I'm trying to say is that the person that went through that trauma, that now sees sex as a negative thing, that person is very shy and they're ashamed of their body. They're ashamed to come out with the initiative because of how they feel about sex in general. You could have a lot of knowledge about it, however, you're afraid to initiate sex and experiment, and that person could have complexes. So only the right partner can awake that passion in the person that went through that phase in their life and free the beast. You know what I mean? So it seems like if you're the person that is dealing with the person that went through that negative experience in their life, then you need to take that initiative. But if you are the person watching that went through that negative experience about sex and now you have this idea of it, the other person need to take the initiative. Otherwise, it's just not going to flow, right? So just so you know, this is what I was talking about. They want to awake that passion in you and free the beast, because deep down you are hungry for that. You like it. You used to like it, at least. So they're aware that you have this beast in you, but it's just, it takes the right person, right? So, and it seems like sex with this person that went through that bad time in their life, sex with this person connects with feelings, and it is very important to them. Like, expect spirituality in this, the unity of souls, rather, it's like your person wants to awaken this in you. It seems like for the majority of you were the ones going through this bad time in your life, and it's just kind of like this idea of sex is wrong or sex is bad, and they want to change that. You know what I mean? They want to change your mind. They want to take you out of that headspace. And it's hard. It's hard for you especially, and it's hard for the other person, because they really want to do it. Like, they see sex as a great thing, and they have a lot of experience, and they want to show it to you. They want to give you a piece of that experience. All right, we're going to shuffle 3 more cards, and then we're going to wrap up this part of your reading, and then we're going to be jumping into the extended. The link for your pile will be down below for you to watch it if you would like. You support directly this channel, and I greatly appreciate it. So we're going to be shuffling 3 more cards, and we'll be back. 5 more cards, it's fine, right? It's fine. All right, so basically, they would like normal and traditional sex mainly because of, you know, your experience, your past experience, missionary position, because they want to find your spot, you know what I mean? It seems like that position is easier for them to find it, with a lot of caresses and kissing, and it's like, it seems like they want to ease you into it, you know, get you aroused, get you in a mood, basically, with a lot of caresses and kissing. But also, if there is sex, then it's gentle and harmonious, but without deeper feelings, mainly because of how they see it, you know, it's just for pleasure. And it's just kind of like calm and gentle sex without a hurry, if there is any. And it's very important for that person to match the temperaments and preferences between you, because of your experience. Like, it seems like this person genuinely wants to give you that good experience, you know. You probably had sexual experiences that you preferred not to have, and not because you feel guilty, but because you were forced to have it. I'm not gonna say the word because it is triggering, okay? Perhaps they know it or they feel it, and they really, really want to help you with that, you know what I mean? And they don't want to make it uncomfortable in any shape or form. They really, really genuinely want to make it work, you know what I mean? They're usually a person that likes very spicy sex, where both people are horny and passionate, but with you, they want to be gentle. And yes, they want you to be horny and passionate, but it's just kind of like ease you into it, you know what I mean? Not trying to force anything, not trying to say the wrong thing, or try not to rush you into anything, you know what I mean? So, and again, like, they want to dominate you at the same time, where you obey and you try to please them. And it's kind of like, at the same time, they want to be gentle with you, but at the other time, where I said they want you to kneel in front of them and give them oral pleasure, they like you obey, basically. They want you to obey and try to please them as well, based on the experience that they give you. They want to set you free of your own mental cage, of your own trauma. And although that's hard, they really want to do it, because deep down, there's a beast waiting to come out, and, like, they know you're a good match. You know what I mean? Like, positions from the back where they're dominating you. You know what I mean? So yeah. And I don't want to trigger anybody, and this is basically what I'm sensing. And if you don't want to be triggered, then skip ahead like 10 to 15 seconds. But it seems like your experience meant manipulation on a principle of punishment, sex as a punishment, or an obligation, or a partner manipulating you to get what they wanted. You've had a very bad past, and they don't want to give you that same experience. It's challenging for them because they don't want to do anything wrong, right? So, and deep down, this person has very high requirements, very high needs, I would say, and they have a very specific idea of what satisfied them. They will give you literally instructions on what to do, how, and where. They have like a real rational, oh my god, I cannot say it, rationalistic approach to sex, basically. Again, without deeper connections or deeper emotions, without passion or much passion. It's like they're quite cold sexually, and in classical positions, but with a lot of moans and screams. Like they wanna they want to do what they usually do with you, which is this, and a lot of communication as well. But at the same time, they want to give you that experience. So when your beast comes out, you guys can flow better, and you guys can do what you're used to doing, or something like that, you know what I mean? And there's a lot of talking during the action, but to explain to one another what the other person could be doing, you know what I mean? So with you, they would like to be a lot more delicate than like how they usually are, or how they usually behave. Because with the star, this is like a beautiful sex. Like there's lots of feelings, like it's romantic, and it's connected with the feeling of true love. Like they may be falling in love with you, and they're changing the way that they see sex, and it's not just, casual and just doing it for their own pleasure, and, doing with whomever, whoever, whenever, whatever, you know what I mean? They may be falling in love with you, and they may actually be thinking about slowing down and actually enjoying in the moment and giving you that experience, because of how bad or traumatizing your experience with it was. Very subtle, delicate, and satisfying, you know what I mean? Becoming very delicate and romantic, like climatic with feelings of love, you know what I mean? I feel like this person is indeed falling in love with you, because the way that they're changing their perspective of sex, or how they would like to do it with you, how they're changing, and basically sacrificing, I wouldn't say sacrificing, but molding their own vision of it to satisfy you and give you that pleasure, so you can feel free and comfortable and safe to set yourself free time by time, you know what I mean? It doesn't need necessarily to be right in that moment or right after that moment. It's a slow progression, but they're willing to take it slow, so you can, free the beast and be as wild as they are. I feel like this person really sees you as a perfect match. They also want to do it in the shower, in the bathroom, and they would like to admire your body, and tell you how beautiful it is. Although they are not usually the type to see the body and fall in love with it and admire it, they're just usually the type of, I'm gonna just do it because I'm horny and you are also, so let's just do it, you know what I mean? For some people, this is sex between the same sex. Could be homosexual or lesbian, but I'm not gonna label anybody, so it's between people that identify as the same sex. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know in the comments how the audio is right now, and how you identify with this, and how this resonated with you. Okay, we're gonna be having an extended, the link for yours is in the description. It supports directly this channel and myself. Thank you so much for watching. Please do subscribe if you haven't already, and if you like this type of content, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your pile. Welcome to your reading. So if you choose Temperance, or just to call the card overall, this could or could not represent what your person's sexual desires about you are. But let's talk about Temperance for a little bit. So Temperance is all about normal traditional sex without any strange positions or experiments. It's all about kind of like missionary position, where the male is on top of the female, and it's just kind of like traditional basically. And there's a lot of caresses, kissing as well. It doesn't necessarily need to lead to sex, but it kind of just, it's all about that intimacy, you know what I mean? I feel like this person could be your partner or somebody that is really, really into you or respects you a lot, and they're just more focused on the intimacy, the touching, being really, really gentle and very harmonious. Although there could or couldn't be or have any deeper feelings than that. It seems like both of you have similar sexual preferences. There's good temperament. It's just kind of like very calm and gentle sex without being in a hurry. And it's very important for this person. They could or could not be in love with you, or at least have very deep feelings for you, because the star describes beautiful sex. It is full of feelings, full of emotions. It's magical, basically. Very romantic, which is kind of, it's very connected with the feeling of true love, basically. And the act is very subtle, delicate, and overall very, very satisfying for both parties. I feel like this person could be a delicate partner or a romantic type who likes calm and gentle sex. And whenever you reach climax, it's with a lot of love and feelings of love. I feel like they also like to make love in the nature, in the forest or in the meadow, on the beach, etc. Just be careful with the sand. It can scratch your... Just be careful, okay? And I feel like your person likes to admire your body, or would like to admire your body as you are both enjoying one another. And it seems like they also like having sex in the bathroom, in the shower. I'm seeing like a person, it's just like in the movies, whenever a person is taking a shower and they're watching them taking a shower, like there's something about the water dripping from your body that turns them on. In combination with the Empress, which we do, can represent a pregnancy. So this person, you could be pregnant, or you could have a family, or they want to get you pregnant, or they envision you pregnant with their child, or something like that. There's a sense of very deep intimacy and deep love when it comes to you, okay? Alright, so the Six of Cups also talks about very delicate and tender sex. It's a card full of romanticism and warm feelings, lots of caresses and kisses. It could not lead to sex, okay? Like I said with Temperance, they just want to be intimate with you. Caresses and kisses, but without any sex. If there is any sexual act, however, it's very subtle between both of you. Like, it seems like both of you are either in love with one another, or you share a very deep emotional bond, and with them it would be just like that. This is what they want. It's being intimate with you. I feel like their sexual desires is to just be intimate with you, touch you, kiss you, watching your body, taking a shower. It's just all about that connection, you know what I mean? And it seems like this person would be very gentle and oftentimes underestimate their own sex skills, you know what I mean? They like subtle and gentle kisses with large doses of caresses and gentle massages and long floor plays. I'm not really sure why I said floor plays, but perhaps they have some sort of kink when it comes to the floor. And they would really, really care about your pleasure and sex with this person, although sometimes it may or may not involve feelings. With you would be related to feelings, you know what I mean? A lot of love. I feel like this person is also has also high sexual needs, and they are not ashamed to say it. They're not ashamed to admit that they have high sexual needs, and they like to do it all the time, or at least frequently. They like their own body as well, and they're not ashamed to show it. And it seems like they would like to seduce you with their body as well. They could be well built, or just kind of they're confident about it. Okay, if this is a male, if this is a person that identifies as male, it's a type of visual. Okay, if it's a person that identifies as a woman, then this shows it's a beautiful woman who likes to show her advantages in public. Okay, so they may even dress a little bit revealing. They would like to have some kind of lingerie or a piece of clothing that reveals a little bit more their own advantages. You know what I mean? Like what they feel could catch your attention. Okay, they would do it in a way where it would be very comfortable, passionate, very joyful, and they would be very, very focused on you. They would like to see your body, okay, like well illuminated, well seen, definitely not under the quilt and not in the dark. They would like to see you move, okay, like quiver your legs, whatever. They would like to see the action. They would like to plan it with details, and they would like to have a child with you if you have not one already. It's just kind of like, yeah, they would like to finish inside of you. If you don't want a child, basically, this is finish inside of you. They find it yummy. That's what I'm hearing, okay? Again, we have another card with high sexual needs, but they may have a problem with satisfying them, because maybe it could be because of stress or fatigue. Maybe this person is physically and mentally overworked, and it's hard for them to cut themselves off from the problem, and for this reason they may not be in a mood for it, basically. So it could be like a very, very hardworking person that has high sexual needs, but perhaps due to their work or due to the demand of their physical and mental, it's hard for them to perhaps want it or take the initiative, or, you know, even sometimes for some people, even finishing it could be a problem. This could be an issue just to keep in mind. Alright, so more of their sexual needs or their sexual fantasies about you is that they like oral sex, and they also like to entertain themselves alone with masturbation, especially, alone. Okay, and I feel like sometimes whenever they cannot finish, they do it. They're a partner who loves sex, just like I said. They have sexual needs, and they're always willing to come out with the initiative. They will attempt and persuade you, okay? It's a bit of a selfish card, so it's kind of like expect them to fulfill their desires. They want to do it with you. You know what I mean? They love it, and they want to do it with you. I feel like you could be in a relationship with this person, or, like I said, have a lot of emotional bonds with this person. It feels like this sexual tension is mutual. You're not the only one that feels it, if that makes sense. So yeah, they would like to have oral sex. as well, and perhaps a little bit of foreplay during which one of you is masturbating oneself in front of the other person. Does that make sense? This is kind of like to encourage one another to do that, to basically, it's foreplay, you know what I mean? You're doing to one another, both of you are watching, and both of you lose your heads, and you just finish together, basically, okay? I'm also seeing fruits, or kind of like food, but it's mostly fruits. I'm seeing red, could be, what is it called? Oh my god, it's not strawberries, but could be strawberries. I'm seeing a certain fruit. Hold on. Cherries. There we go. Yeah. I'm seeing cherries. I'm seeing strawberries. I'm seeing grapes as well. All those aphrodisiacs. And chocolate or cream. Yeah. Chocolate or cream. It's kind of like eating food and having sex, basically, and teasing one another and eating food off of each other's bodies and all those things. It's kind of like, I'm gonna put this inside of you and taste you while eating a piece of fruit. Is this true? Is this yeah, this is 18 plus for sure, but I feel like both of you have an immense amount of intimacy with one another. Not just, it's all about trust, you know what I mean? It's trust, it's intimacy, not only physical but emotional as well, and they really, really want to do all of this with you. There's a lot of feelings involved, and it seems like it's to intensify things, you know what I mean? So we're gonna be shuffling 3 more cards, and then we're going to be getting into the extended, which the link will be down below for you to have a peek or for you to listen. It directly supports my channel and myself. So we're going to be shuffling 3 more cards, and we're going to go from there. The Two of Wands is basically telling you to not count on sex on the first date. Basically to tell you, like, if you guys go out for the first time, you're not gonna have it. Because this person is not that type of person, you know what I mean? Like, even if you've known each other, which I do believe you've known each other for quite a while, and you feel this immense connection, emotionally and physical attraction, you're not gonna have it on the first date. If you want to have it, you're gonna have to take initiative, but you're gonna need to do it gently and carefully, slowly and without pressure as well, because this person is waiting for the right lover, and they also like to be cuddled. So they would like to, okay, but they perhaps are a little bit afraid of that, or afraid to screw it up or something like that. And it seems like if you do end up having sex on the first date, it would be very delicate, with lots of stroking, lots of touching and hugging, with a little bit of hesitation, because they do want to see your body move. Again, perhaps on missionary position the first time, where it's just kind of like getting the feeling of things and the feeling of you, and so on and so forth. So it's just kind of like, you know, do not count on it, but if you really want it, you're gonna have to take initiative. That's basically what they're telling you. They want to tell you that they haven't had sex for a while. And they're not necessarily begging for it, but since they have high sexual needs, they really want to do it, but they're not gonna pressure you to do it, because of how well connected you are, they don't want to fuck it up. You know what I mean? Yeah, they just kind of like, they haven't had it for a while, so they really want to do it. And it seems like it is with you. The Seven of Pentacles is also a card of conceiving a child, so I feel like they want to finish inside of you. It's not the first time like that I'm telling you this, but they really want to finish inside of you. I feel like they also really want a family. That's why they want to. But at the same time, it's just kind of like, it feels good for them. They really want that. And it's also a card of long foreplay. They really like foreplay. And they like when sexual arousal increases gradually as well. They really like, again, the mutual masturbation in front of one another, you know what I mean? The eating food and having sex as well. And they really, really care about your pleasure. They're very calm and sometimes a bit monotonous in bed. They could be doing the same things quite often, but they also like to switch it up from time to time. It's kind of like, if this feels good for the both of us, then I'm gonna keep on doing it. I perhaps won't change it very often because I know how this feels for you and feels for me. And if it hits, then I'm not gonna change. But if we want to switch around and do something different and find other positions that give us the same results or even better, then I'm willing to take the lead or to even try it out. You know what I mean? They will also allow you to dominate. They're not kind of like, they like to dominate and also like to be dominated. So it goes both ways, basically. All right. So this is all I have for you today. Thank you very much for watching. We're gonna go into the extended. The link will be down below once again. If I don't see you over there, thank you so much for watching this far. Let me know in the comments how this resonated with you. And don't forget to also give this video a big thumbs up because it really, really helps the channel. And subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you guys next week. Bye!